Good evening. Hello. And welcome along to some more rFactor 2, because it is rFactor 2 Thursday. And I am super annoyed by the stupid update where everything in the chat on YouTube is suddenly translated. Alrighty then. Huh. I can go back to an old video, the rally live stream from 2 days ago, and all the text in the chat there is still in English. Okay, do I have to change the language for live stream? If I click that, and then yes it is. Right, so right, well, everybody's on Discord, so then I don't bother typing anything then. Let's jump into qualifying then. 10-minute session. Do as many laps as you want in those 10 minutes. I don't know if it's private or if we will have traffic. That is always something that that's always the interesting point when we go into the next qualifying. Yeah, have fun. Yeah, no, that is just super annoying with the translation, the automatic translation of. Well, let's see. Yeah. So it's not a private qualifying session. Right, I did type that there will be some sideways action tonight. But in the auto translation, what that tells me in Norwegian is that there is a nice side dish on the menu tonight. Or some nice accessories. Yeah, because everything I get is auto-translated into Norwegian. Hi, Hugo. And instead of doing any practicing for this race, I spent time on the web trying to find a way to turn it off. I don't know if it's more of the sloppy AI stuff that need to go. Because I tried changing to change the stream language to English. It still doesn't bother with it. Yeah, it's like deciding that I don't understand English, so that nobody understands English, so that we need to have everything in a native tongue. Which is all well and good if they could just translate things properly. Is it like this on your end as well, Hugo, that you got the Portuguese translation of everything in the chat? Hi Daniel, welcome to you too. Yeah, I don't know if I might have to change the Windows language to English for it to allow me to get some English text and everything else. I don't know if there's a browser language though. Yeah. Getting the text as well, yeah. The most annoying thing is that it takes it takes a lot of the focus away from the driving, and I have to try to pick apart the translation and see what you actually are, or try to figure out what you're actually typing. But yeah, it is a quite entertaining car, this House in the Center. It is one of the... Yeah, okay, fine. I hit the escape, but there we go. It is one of the original cars for rFactor 2. Look at the gap between Eve and Crash and Dennis. Half a tenth. Now bear with me, I'll have a look at my phone and see if it's the same. Same stupid idiocy there with the translation. Yep, no, it still gives me Norwegian in the chat there. Yeah, well, it is a mod because it is what Easy actually made for the. Oh, Dennis is fastest now. These are cars that Easy made for the game. So it's based on a Mustang, but it's also not a Mustang. Yeah, it is a very entertaining car to drive. Yeah, no, it's not very Norwegian, no, that's true. Right, so Scott is making his way through. There's just Ignacio and Pat then who are left. Ignacio goes in ahead of me, and Pat then and across the line for Pat as well. So the gaps are Well, it's gonna be a battle tonight. It's not gonna be like last time we were at Sandown, because that was with the Super Touring cars, and I had 2 really good races. I think I won both of them actually. Yeah, no, looking around on the internet, there is no way of disabling the auto translation, so welcome to the future then. Right. Yeah, I'm just getting confused with all the with the text. So fucking frustrating. A healthy grid, I think it's probably supposed to say. Hopefully I have more drivers and fight for the top for the top positions, I suppose. It's a complete guesswork. And remember that it's very old brakes going into turn 1. Well, it still translates it to Norwegian for me, Daniel. Or at least that sentence popped up as pure Norwegian. Thank you. Well, one thing I would want from this car is a brake light. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. I see that I forgot to add the usual rotation of the standings. I see that's wrong because I can't see it. I can see it on the preview on the screen to my left. Oh, Malcolm super wide and Hartmut with a spin. Wait, I got corner cutting for what? Touching the... Maverick. His name's interesting. You know what? I have to read that later to try to make any sense of this translation. Well, that's my fastest lap of the race, of the evening even. Oh no! Okay, so turning the steering wheel to the right, that just makes the car go left. Oh, for crying out loud! It took me almost a full minute to get the car turned back around again when I spun. That was very late on the brakes. Oh wait, somebody has retired. Oh no. This crash is way behind for some reason. Oh, Pat is around. Well, I'm suddenly back where I qualified. That's more because I'm not the only one who is doing pirouettes. Not so much to do with the actual pace. I think the car has a solid rear axle, because it is at 100% lock in the setting on the rear diff. Which means that it is wheel spinning and sideways at the first thought of using the throttle. Moving the brake balance further forward has made the car even more loose in the rear on the braking, which is the wrong way, really. Ah, no, Crash did disconnect. Yeah. Okay, last lap of the race. Unless the guys ahead of me are doing any funny business on the last lap, I won't be able to move up anymore. So 8 liters left in the tank. No, it is. It's not Fahrenheit. It is centigrade, Celsius. Yeah. Yeah. I went on straight on in turn 1. Well, yeah, I was going all the way around in turn 1, and then around again, and around third time for trying to get back on the road. Because whatever I did on the grass there, it just pointed me back exactly the same way. Yeah. 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 Cracking drive. Right, let's move back into a new qualifying then. It's another 10-minute session before race 2. Yeah, I think it's trying to load now. And I think we should be in qualifying now. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yep, then we're in qualifying. Yep. Good luck. It was in Norwegian. Okay. So it doesn't auto-translate that way then. Oh, I haven't seen that before now, but actually if I hover the mouse over the comments, then it translates back to English. Yeah, no, the last one I typed in was in English. So do I bother with qualifying? Or do I just look at the others? Yeah, I know, let's just watch the others. And Mr. Steve has put the car on the roof or something. Or either that or his bun. Dennis for now quickest, 0.03 of a second ahead of Eve. Steve Kenwood with only 0.2 of a second behind him as well. He has really found some speed. Look at that! Sparks fly from underneath the trunk of the car. And in the front wheel, really high up in the air. Whoops. Yep, right. Thanks for tuning in, Daniel. Catch you later. Ooh, and Crash has gone fastest. 117.0. Ooh. Let's follow Dennis then. Dennis in one of the 3 cars with a custom livery for the evening. The other 2 being Eve and Crash. Oops. Let's follow Eve then for a bit. Yeah, everyone will point the camera to crashes, yeah. Too bad I can't do that in the race. I do like the supercar liveries that Eve puts on his cars. And there we go, that's the fastest lap of the qualifying. A whopping 0.003 of a second quicker than Crash. Awesome. And Dennis 0.1 of a second behind, Hartmut 0.3. Well, 0.3 of a second behind Dennis again, okay. Steve Kenwood there, so half a second between the top 5. And then it's a bit more spread out between the others. And it looks like neither Scott or myself are gonna do any yeah, here we go. Everything that everyone is typing gets translated into Norwegian for me in the live chat. Even if I type in English, my own comment is translated into Norwegian. Okay, Crash is going across the line. Is he gonna improve? No. Eve across the line, does he improve? No. Just under 2 minutes left, so there is time to do two more laps. Oh, massive slide. So I think Eve is out of the qualifying then. Let's go to Crash. I had a big slide. Yeah, it is. It is super annoying, it is. Oh, and Crash getting all out of shape there. Slight touch to the grass. So he's out onto his last lap. Hartmut has parked. Hartmut is 0.019 behind Eve in third position. Oh, Paddy was far out of the road. So as it stands right now, it's 0.055 of a second between the top 4. How cool is that? Ah, okay, and Crash retired back to the pits, okay. Ignacio is coming through the last couple of corners. He's on the also 0.6 of a second behind behind there. Malcolm, I don't think he's out on a flying lap. Oh, no, he is. All right. Okay, so set starting order. Right, I will do a quick toilet break before we start race 2, so I will be right back. Well, that looks good. Yeah, looks like those stadium super truck thingies. Oh. Okay, I'll just restart the warm-up then. Yep. Right, let's jump to the race then.
Attention Greg, all non-essential personnel leave the building now.
Listen to that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it does. Yep, have fun all. Was the adventures of Steve and Steve ahead of me there into turn one. I think one of them was kind of locked into the other one. Yeah, thanks, Hugo. Huh? Oh. Well, it shouldn't be, but I don't know how that actually works. Mr. Kenwood's car looks a bit like the Renault Espace Formula 1 thingy that we drove. No, I thought that was the car. No worries. Yeah, I'm so all over the place, so I can't really feel the difference. Just like that. Oh, and that's a big screen freeze. Because no rFactor 2 Thursday is complete without one, without at least one. Okay, I'm really interested in what that actually means, Hugo, because that Norwegian translation makes absolutely zero sense at all. Yeah, the super touring cars. They're pretty much the same as this. Could it be tank slapper, maybe? The word that Google Translate don't understand? Oh, wow. Ooh. Looked like they were trying to set up for a big Scandinavian flick. Thought I had enough of an overlap there, but oh. And then giving them back at the end of the lap instead. Oh. And suddenly Paddy was facing backwards on turn in. No, way too late on the brakes again. No. Well, I was half a second quicker for most part of that sector, and then just throwing it all the way in the chicane thingy. And another leg spike. Yeah, because I think that is Malcolm and Steve up ahead. Ooh, Scott diving to the inside. Oh, and both of them rolling. Well, that was also a spectacle to watch. Well, I thought that was gonna spin the car for sure. Wow. Oh, 115.0 from one of the front runners. Again, throwing away over half a second in the final sector of the track. That's annoying. Okay, so Steve was running out of fuel. Okay, final 5 minutes. Last 5 laps. Finally gotten my 116 lap, so yeah. I think I maybe stopped you spinning. Yeah, I am. Right, I will not be able to climb any further up leaderboard than this. because it is effectively half a lap up to 5th position. I do love that positions 1 to 5 is still very close together. Leaders are about to start their last lap. Yeah, okay. No chance of getting that one turned in. Oh, Malcolm with an overshoot. This is my last lap of the race as well. Well, Malcolm got quite some time on that off-road excursion. Again? Well, that was really nice. Seven seconds between the top 5. So Crash winning. Yeah, see ya. And Steve ran out of fuel again. Because he... Yeah, the first lap is always a lot shorter. Right, well, that will be it for tonight. I will be driving the LMU club race tomorrow with the LMP2 cars at Sebring. I don't think I will be live streaming it, but I'll have a look at that when we get there, I guess. I'm working Saturday, and then there will be some rallying on Sunday. Right, well, that will be it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Do enjoy whatever is left of your Thursday, and I'll catch you all later. So take care then, and goodbye.